everyone. Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. For those of you keeping track, and once again, because I might not be posting these in order, it is now beer number 6 on March 2nd of 2021, and we are looking at Fogtown's experimental small batch swap it or sell it guide, Watermelon Crawl, Sour Watermelon India Pale Ale. Now, a couple of things you got to take note on this. I mean, come on. You Maine natives know what this looks like. Fogtown's experimental swap it or share it guide. We're talking about Uncle Henry's swap it or share it guide. Come on. Watermelon Crawl, IPA, and then there's like 3 little Sour Patch dudes down there at the bottom. Hang on. Once again, we're dealing with this mirror image shit and a slight delay on the camera, but seriously, you can see those little Sour Patch Kid dudes down there. Anyway, brewed and canned by Fogtown Brewing Company, 25 Pine Street, Ellsworth, Maine. Brewed with Maine grains and sour watermelon candy. Sour watermelon candy, come on. Sour watermelon patch candy. You can't name it by name because of copyright and all that shit, but I can because nobody pays attention to my shit, so. Double dry hopped with Eldorado and Solera, aged, soured with lactobacillus. Ooh. Art by Sarah Baldiga. B-A-L-D-Y-G-A, Baldiga. If I'm mispronouncing that, correct me down below in the comments or the email link. Let me know that I fucked up. All right, so 6% ABV and no IBUs listed. So it sounds like it's mostly a beer brewed with Sour Patch watermelon candies. I'm guessing that the candies in question were used as part of the fermentation to provide sugars for the yeast involved here. Ooh. I can definitely smell the sour candies coming off of that. It's got some particulates. I can definitely see some flecks and flocks floating in that, and I am not a big fan of that. I've gotten better over the years, but folks, the chunky nature of the beer just turns me off visually. It makes me think that maybe there's going to be some chunkiness to the texture of it. Now, 9 times out of 10, I am 100% wrong in that regard, and the fact that it looks chunky means that it does not taste chunky or have that chunky experience. But it still puts me off visually to see all those chunks and flecks and flocks floating in that beer. Not very many bubbles coming up from the cavitation point. Nucleation, not cavitation, nucleation. But it is a very light to dark color. It starts off this very light lemonade looking color and then fades to a ginger ale. So I'm not 100% on board with the color either. Does produce a very, very, very foamy head, though. There were plenty of bubbles coming up from that cavitation, nucleation point at the bottom. It definitely has a sour aroma. Oh, very heavy sourness in the aroma. Sour fruitiness and a bit of sweetness there. I'm loving the smell of it. I mean, honestly, it smells like Sour Patch watermelon slices. The picture says Sour Patch Kids, but the sour watermelon slices candy actually look like watermelon slices, and the smell is totally reminiscent of the sour watermelon slices candy. It's a nice medium light mouthfeel to it. Up front, totally sour. I mean, there's a sugary aftertone to it, but totally sour. Oh, I don't know if that's partly due to the sour watermelon candies or totally due to the yeast variety used, but that is very sour. There's actually a slight undertone of spicy flavor to it. Up front, totally sour. But honestly, I am actually getting a slightly cinnamon spicy undertone on the finish. And I don't know where the hell that's coming from, because based on what I'm reading on the label, that shouldn't be there at all. Pardon. Distinctly sweet and watermelon flavor in the finish. Giving this a 4 out of 5. It's very smooth and easy to drink. It's very sour. Very sour with a distinctly sweet watermelon finish. But it's a one-trick pony. And that's why it's not getting more than a 4 out of 5. Then, like I said, there's this weird cinnamony, capsaicin, sour spiciness that's hitting me on the back end, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle, so I don't know if I'm imagining it or not, but that's honestly what's pushing it up from a 3.5 to a 4. That little unknown is pushing it up to a 4 out of 5. If it was just based on the watermelon sweetness flavor, because that's what they claim to have, and that's exactly what they do have, it would only be hitting a 3.5 out of 5. But that weird capsaicin, cinnamony spiciness that I'm getting. In the finish, I don't know where the fuck it's coming from, but there's something in there that's just making it weird. Other than that, it would be a 3.5 out of 5, but because of that, it's giving me the 4 out of 5. Because there's this odd juxtaposition between a sweet yet sour watermelon flavor from the candy, but then this odd very, very odd, cinnamony, yet spicy capsaicin-wise flavor that's kicking in the back end. And it's just barely there. It's so subtle that you probably wouldn't notice it. And maybe one of the beers I had before this is making it seem that way. I've been cleansing with a lot of water in between, but there is a weird cinnamony yet capsaicin hotness undertone to this beer. Anyway, that's why I'm putting it at a 4 out of 5. Otherwise, it would just be that 3.5 sour watermelon one-trick pony. But hit me up down below, comments, the email link. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this beer while you're down there. Don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in and cheers. Maybe it's so sour. So let's be honest. Those little Sour Patch Kids, the sour watermelon candies, they all rely on a crystallized lemon juice to produce the sourness. Crystallized lemon juice might be tricking my taste buds into thinking that there is a cinnamony / spicy capsaicin heat, because that crystallized lemon juice has such a sour flavor that it can bridge the gap between sour and spicy. I don't know. Does it matter? No, because if that's the mechanism to cause that flavor, the flavor still exists. So, anyway, let me know if I'm fucking completely nuts or if you're picking up on it too. I want to hear it from you. Yeah, it's a little confusing, but like I said, that's where I'm at. Tell me I'm not completely nuts. I beg of you.